I'm going to take a very different approach with today's video. I'm going to teach you something that I don't usually speak about on my main YouTube channel here, but I'm going to show you how I got a total payout of $10,000 from this particular company over the past 30 days, and how I'm also up $2,400 with this particular company in the last 2 weeks. I'm going to show you exactly how I do this, how I make this type of money, how you can get started with it. This is essentially what I do full-time off of YouTube, away from my content business, offline in my own personal time. This is really my full-time business, and I'm going to teach you exactly how I do this. So what exactly is this? Well, these are essentially companies that give me and will give you money to trade with. So for example, this was a $100,000 account that I was given, which I've now made $2,400 on in the past, 11 days, say 2 weeks. And I'm going to teach you exactly how you can get this type of money and how you can make consistent payouts on these type of accounts. And it's not extremely difficult. All you need to do is you need to be disciplined, and you need to follow a specific set of rules that I'm going to teach you in today's video. So this is not going to be affiliate marketing, making content, making reels, the usual strategies that I talk about here on my YouTube channel. It's something that I want to introduce that's brand new to my channel as well. So I want to show you an example over here of this particular company that I'm currently trading with, called fundednext.com. And these are the different account sizes that you can get. A $6,000 account all the way to a $200,000 account. Now, there is a catch to this, a trick or a catch. Once you actually get this account, when you click on Get Plan and you go and grab your $200,000 account, you don't immediately get $200,000 in live money. You need to first pass an evaluation, kind of like a test, because this company is not going to give this type of money to every single person that wants to come and get it, right? Because I'm pretty sure this company doesn't have unlimited money. But what they are willing to do is they are willing to give this type of money to people that they know can make money on this money. So that's why once you pass the evaluation, you will then get your live account with the particular account size that you have chosen, right? So for example, I'm currently busy with the $100,000 account. Now, what happens is, if I can make $110,000 on this account, I then prove myself to this company. I show them, and I have now passed the evaluation, that I am a profitable trader. They then will be willing to invest into me, and they will give me the $100,000 live account. And when you get your live account, and anything that you make in profit, you keep 95% of the payout. So that means if you make $10,000 on the $100,000 account, you get a payout of $9,500. The company keeps their split of $500. So what I really love about this business model, it's so suitable for many people that don't have access to 5, 6, or 7 figures, because this now allows you to get access to these large capital accounts for you to make money with. And I'm going to show you exactly how you can do this. Okay, so I'm going to come over to a website called fxreplay.com. Now, this is a website where you can simulate and practice these challenges. I'm going to show you my rules on how I'm profitable on these accounts and how I consistently make payouts with these companies. Okay, so I'm just going to create a new $100,000 account simulation on XAUSD gold market, one of my favorite markets, and I'm going to go back all the way to the 1st of January 2024, and I'm going to show you over, let's just say 2 or 3 months, to give you an idea of how profitable the strategy is, and then I'm going to give it to you so that you can go and test the same, right? So then I'm just going to select here to current date. My strategy is the 4-hour time frame, and let's save this and start this trading session. Okay, so here you will see currently is the chart of the XAUSD gold market from the 1st of January this year. Currently on the 4-hour time frame only. So I'm going to keep this simple. And for those of you that have never heard about trading before, don't worry, I'm going to give you a much more detailed 7-day bootcamp at the end of this video, completely for free, where I will teach you the basics, the real foundations of how to be profitable at this completely free. It's a free 7-day bootcamp that looks like this. So all you need to do is you enter your full name and your email address, and I will send you 7 videos over the next 7 days, mentoring you completely for free. So yeah, I'll give you access to that just in a bit. Okay, so on the screen over here, you will see my 6 rule-based system. So all I do is I look for rule number 1, my structure, break of structure with our strong low, because this was the previous break, that pullback, new break, that makes this a strong protected low. What does that mean? This means that the anticipation for price is to protect these lows and break structure to the upside and target these weak highs. Or we could break structure to the downside and create new strong highs. So let's see what happens, and from there we can start to formulate our trade plan. Okay, so there's that break of structure to the downside. Now what I'm looking for is any of these smaller legs, this high or this high, that was created after a liquidity sweep. Okay, so here we had a liquidity sweep. We swept a previous high that broke structure to the downside, that created a new break. So therefore we have here point number 2, check, a sweep of a high or low that created a break of structure. So this is what makes this rule-based trade plan very easy as well, is literally have it on your chart and check it off as you go. And you will start to see this if you come over to tradingview.com. TradingView is another free website where you can view the markets completely for free. So I'll show you over here was a recent trade that I took on the Great British Pound Swiss franc pair, where I secured 4% profit with this same model. And you can go and have a look at the charts, just briefly go through it with the criteria and have a look at how it plays out for yourself. And then you can start a more proper backtesting session on FX Replay. Right, so all I want to see here now is after this break, a pullback phase. Okay, so here is our sweep, break of structure, and also our swing break of structure. So this is the order block zone that created that break of structure. So I'll be looking for shorts from here, because now we have a sweep of liquidity, a break of structure, our order block. We have volume in the leg, an imbalance. We have liquidity that is building for the zone as well to sweep and potentially look to go short, right? So let's continue through price and see if we get there. Okay, so here we've had a new sweep of liquidity. So if we can break structure to the downside, we can look for shorts. But here we also have a sweep of liquidity. So if we can break structure to the upside with a candle close, we can look for longs. Let's see what happens. Okay, there's that break of structure to the downside. So this now becomes a new break and a new setup with our sweep of liquidity. Okay, our break of structure. So let's check off our list. We have a sweep of liquidity that created a break of structure. Check, check. Do we have an order block that created the break? Well, we do have this big zone here, which we can refine to this wick at the 50%. Okay. If you guys want to understand why I do that, you will learn more about the specific details of order blocks in the free 7-day bootcamp. So here I can now look to set up my trade. So this is a sell trade where I'm going to sell gold at the 50% of this order block, my stop loss above the high or above that strong high, and I wanted to risk to reward. So what this means is I'm risking 1% of this $100,000 account to make 2%. So I'm risking $1,000 to make $2,000. And essentially, in a nutshell, this strategy has about a 65% win rate. So I win about 6 to 7 trades over a period of, let's say, 10 trades. So then here you can go place your limit, select 1% risk. You can see my estimated loss is $1,000 and my profit is $2,000. We can click on save. Let's see if we get that pullback. Yeah, we do. Okay, nothing yet. Okay, whoop. So there we were in and out really quickly. Okay, so we tapped into our limit and hit take profit. So now we are $2,000 up on the account. So as you can start to see, when you have a live account with these prop firms, you can literally just get one trade a month and make a really solid salary. But yeah, also you're not going to win the first trade every single time, as that's not how trading works. Trading is a long-term game where we execute our edge, and as long as we make money in the long term, regardless of what the current trade is doing, because trading is a series of 1,000 trades over the next 2 years that depends if you're profitable or not. Okay, so let's look for a potential new setup after that as a TP. Okay, so let's see if we can get then a break of structure to the downside over here or to the upside, and we can react from there. Okay. And new break of structure to the downside. So here we have that strong high protected, price targeted that weak low. Okay, did this high sweep anything? Well, this high didn't really sweep anything significant to the left, so I'm not really going to look for a setup here because we didn't sweep liquidity. Even though we created the break of structure, that high did not sweep any liquidity. Okay, so let's see here. Here we have a new break of structure to the downside, and one rule that I always have after every break of structure is that price will incur a pullback phase after that break of structure. Okay, so here we had a pullback, and a new break to the upside, which means we're now in this pullback phase. Also, this low has swept this liquidity. So here we have this liquidity sweep, which then created an internal break to the upside. Okay, here's our order block that created that break with the volume in the leg as well. Nice liquidity building. So these are lows that we can potentially see price sweep and continue to get a reaction from our point of interest. So I'm going to place a limit here, and I'm going to try this. 1 to 2 risk to reward. Let's go 1% risk. So again, $1,000 for $2,000 risk. Okay, more liquidity building. We're in our trade, so now we've tapped in. Our buy limit is in. We've now bought gold. Let's see what happens. Okay, floating in profit. And there we hit take profit. Okay, so there's another win. Now we're up $4,000 on the account, right? So this is what trading boils down to. It's always trading on a proven model with a set of criteria that you know is profitable, because that's going to give you all the confidence in the world when you tackle these $100,000 or these challenge accounts with these particular companies, right? Instead of letting your emotions, your impulsive thought process making those decisions for you. So let's see what we have here. If we can get a new break to the upside or the downside. Okay, so here we have a new liquidity sweep. So if we can break structure to the downside, we can potentially look for shorts. Okay, nothing yet, no break, just candle wicks. Okay, nothing yet. There's our breaker structure to the downside. And we also had a nice larger liquidity sweep all the way up here. So we could potentially look for shorts from this area or this zone up here. Let's keep following this through. So we've had a new break of structure here. So one of two things could happen. We've swept liquidity to the downside. If we can break this high to the upside, we can look for longs into this area. Or if we sweep this high and break structure to the downside, we can look for shorts. Okay, so let's have a look-see. Okay, we've now swept this high. So if we can break this internal low to the downside, we can look for shorts. There's our break of structure. Okay, so here we have a sweep of liquidity, a break of structure here. We have an order block in the leg, a wick zone. Again, the particulars of supply, demand, and these criteria is discussed in the bootcamp. I'm just showing you now how powerful it is to have a profitable trading strategy that can allow you to get access to capital like this. All right, so here's our wick zone. I'm happy to set my limit at this order block, stop at that high, 1 to 2 risk to reward. Mechanical rule-based rules. Again, risking $1,000 to make $2,000. Okay, so there we've tapped in. We're in those shorts, price running quite nicely. And again, we hit take profit. So yeah, we're on a good winning streak. We've won the last 3 trades in a row. We're now $6,000 up on the account. And yeah, on XAUSD Gold, I've specifically had about an 80% win rate with the strategy. It's definitely my favorite pair, but on average across all the 10 pairs that I trade, I get about a 65-70% win rate. So on gold, I definitely like the setups the most. That's why I've chosen this market for today's video. Okay, so let's see. We've had a new liquidity sweep to the downside. So if we can break structure to the upside internally here, we can definitely start to look for longs and look to buy price. Let's see what happens. Okay, new liquidity sweep. Okay, so have a look here. Instead of breaking structure, we swept liquidity and we broke structure to the downside. So what does that mean? I'm going to look for shorts on this wick zone. Okay, this is a very large wick zone, so I'm happy to rather go in here at the 50% of the zone just to get a small position here. 1 to 2 risk to reward. Also 1% risk, risking $1,000 for $2,000. 1% for 2% of the account. Let's see if we can get tapped in. Okay, we tapped in. It's still in. And we're out. Okay, nice quick reaction. And we've now made our $8,000 profit target, for example, on this $100,000 account. Okay, keep in mind this is back testing, so this is trading past market data, but this will allow you to get an idea of how your strategy performs over the long period of time. So here we have now hit our, if we come to the one step challenge, 10%. So we need one more win on the one step and you would have gotten funded of $100,000. So let's see if we can get that win. Okay, I'm just having a look for any other trade plans here. No really sweep. This was definitely a sweep and a break of structure. So we could look for longs, buys here. Let's see if we get that pullback. And we don't. Okay, so here we just get this new break. This low didn't really sweep anything to the left. So no longs here. So here we had a sweep of this liquidity. We swept a really nice low here. And then we had our breaker structure to the upside. All right, so this is a pullback, break to the downside, strong high, break to the upside after a liquidity sweep. So this would be a valid zone to look for longs on this order block. Okay, quite a big order block, but we can try it. I like the setup, all the criteria meet. And we can go for a 1 to 2 risk to reward. Okay, so there we tapped in and out in one candle. Okay, so that was also a really nice trade. And we've now hit the $10,000 mark. So we've made 10% on the account. All right, so that means if you're looking at the one step Stellar Challenge on Funded Next, you would have made your 10% target and you would have also gotten a $1,500 refund for your account because you get a 15 profit split share from your challenge. And now you also get your $100,000 live account. And all you need to keep doing is applying your profitable criteria. This is my profitable set of criteria that I'm gladly willing to teach you and give to you at the end of this video, which leads to my free training. So if you guys want to go and learn the basics of how I identify these liquidity sweeps, how to start training yourself to see these supply demand zones with the volume, the liquidity that builds up for it, and how to essentially build your profitable trading strategy, I will teach you completely for free. So I will leave a link down below to this website in the description. All you need to do is enter your name and email, and I will send you one video every day for the next 7 days, teaching you each and every foundation to learning this profitable strategy and how you can start getting payouts with these companies. With that being said, I'll see you guys in the free training. The link will be in the description.